women have played a silent but key role in times of crisis. Whether it was putting bread on the table or fighting for their rights, they did it all. However, the participation of women in the revolutions has never been stressed upon much. Women came into the forefront on October 5th, 1789, when they marched to Versailles and brought King Louis XVI back to Paris. They wanted the king and government closer so they could keep an eye on their activities, to voice their opinions and interests. Political clubs were set up all over France. Of the 60 women's clubs that were initiated, the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most popular. The key issues raised by the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was equal political rights for women, similar to the rights assigned to men. Though many laws were introduced to improve the lives of women, like schools made compulsory for girls, marriage of own preference, divorce legalized, job training for women, yet the women folk were unhappy with the Constitution of 1791. They felt they were reduced to mere passive citizens, denying them the right to vote. Spearheading the cause of women from 1791 onwards was the eminent writer and political activist Olympe de Gouges. She fervently opposed the Constitution and the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen of 1791, as it completely ignored the rights of women. The Jacobin government rejected the demand for equal rights to women and sought to shut down all women's clubs across France. Olympe de Gouges subsequently drafted the Declaration of Rights for Women and Citizen in the same year and addressed it to the Queen and the National Assembly. She also criticized the Jacobin government for forcibly shutting down all women's clubs. Olympe de Gouges was charged with treason, and on November 2nd, 1793, she was sentenced to the guillotine by the National Convention. Another eminent lady in the history of the French Revolution who was guillotined in 1793 was Charlotte Corday. She assassinated Jean-Paul Marat, the Jacobin leader who was also responsible for the Reign of Terror. The revolution carried out by the women of France triggered revolutionary movements in many countries around the world, including the international suffrage movement. For the next 2 centuries, although French women fought for equal rights since 1789, it was only 2 centuries later, in 1946, that they won the right to exercise their franchise and equal wages.